Hey everyone, it's Life Coach D. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, like, leave a comment, hit the alert button. So today we are going to be talking about goals, goal setting. In each and every one of my videos, I'm always pointing out how important goals is to some degree. So I wanted to just do a video on goal setting. Not too long, a quick overview on the importance of goal setting and how you can, take advantage of goal setting starting today. I like to do videos that's going to be beneficial for you that you can start on this day right after the video. So let's talk about goal setting. What is goal setting? What is goal setting? So goal setting is to take action steps to achieve a desired outcome. Okay. And let's dive into ways you can take advantage of starting to work towards your desired outcome. For example, if your one of your goals is to enroll into college, receive your bachelor's degree or your master's degree, that would be a part of goal setting. Okay. And the first step into goal setting would be setting a SMART long-term goal. So that would be considered a SMART long-term goal because it will, take a while for you to graduate. It's not a goal that you can just execute within a couple of months. Attaining a degree takes time. So I consider that a long-term goal. So if you're not sure what a SMART goal is in general, let's talk about that. SMART goals. So SMART goals is abbreviated for, the S is abbreviated for specific, okay? Specific goal. So the specific goal would be to enter back into college. M is for measurable, a measurable goal. So you want to go back into school, it may take 2 to 3 years. That's measurable. The A is for attainable. You know that, it is attainable because it just takes you to get enrolled, you can graduate, you can do it. R is for realistic. So it's setting realistic goals, that you can achieve. If you're currently working two full-time jobs, you're a single parent, it's going to be really, really hard for you to focus on being a full-time student. You may have to be a part-time student. So you want to make sure you set that realistic goal. And the T is for timely. So you want to make sure that your goal is a timely goal that you can achieve within, your long-term frame, which would be if it's 2 to 3 years, you want to have your degree, you want to make sure that you're set up for it to be attainable. So that's a breakdown of SMART goals. Okay. Let me do a recap on SMART goals. So S for specific, M for measurable, A for attainable, R for realistic, and T for timely. S-M-A-R-T. Okay, I want to make sure I spelled that right because it felt like I did it. Okay, but so that's a SMART goal. So that's the first thing you want to create. The second thing is when it comes to goal setting, you want to make sure you write the goals down. You can have more than one long-term SMART goal, okay? So let's say you want to have your degree within the next 2 to 3 years. You also want to buy a home. Definitely attainable. So you want to write that down. I want to receive my degree and I want to buy a home within the next 2 to 3 years. Um, so that's something that you would do is write it down because you want to manifest these desired outcomes as well. And the next step, once you write it down and once you make a decision on what you want your long-term desired goals to be, the next step in the process is short-term goals. So for me, I consider the next step to be creating short-term goals because you have to understand what your current obstacles are. What are your current obstacles that's in the way, right? So that's how you set the short-term goals because it's going to piggyback on whatever your obstacles are. Because if you could buy a car right now, you would, right? Or if you could buy a house right now, you would, right? Or if you could enter in school right away, you would. So let's create short-term goals. So for example, with buying a home? What's stopping you from buying a home? Is it your credit? Is it the money? You don't have the down payment yet? Is it the income when it comes to where you work? Do you need a better job? So Short-term goal would be to work on those things, in the midst of the 2 to 3 year period of you trying to achieve that goal. For example, credit. You get your credit pulled, do credit monitoring, enroll in credit monitoring so you receive credit alerts to be updated in real time on your credit, as well as understand what's on your credit, what can be disputed, and what you can work towards paying off in real time because you can set up payment plans in real time. You can dispute things in real time. The steps you can take in real time, that's considered short-term goals because you can attack those right away, as well as finances. You can start saving in real time, start putting away funds for the long-term goal of getting your mortgage. So once your credit score, your FICO score increase, and your savings increase, then you can work towards your goal, and it takes time. So, starting to put aside money every time you get paid, that helps build and work towards your goal in the next 2 to 3 years. You will have that down payment as long as you're sticking to it and you're saving the money and you're working towards building your credit so you can have that FICO score that's needed to purchase a home. And also, if you need a better job, you can work towards applying, working on your resume, gaining your experience, work with a recruiter, to apply for a better job in real time so you can start saving your money and work towards that long-term goal of being able to get approved for that home and that mortgage. So that leads me to my next step with developing a plan. Once you create your short-term goals and you understand what your obstacles are, then that plan needs to be created that correlates within the short-term goals. So, okay, so this is going to be the plan now. The plan now is every 2 weeks, I am going to have a recurring transfer from my checkings to my savings for $200, for the next 2 years. And that builds up so quickly, it increases so quickly. And, that's a part of goal setting. It's a part of having everything aligned in a timely manner for you to reach your desired outcome. Which leads me to my next step, which is deadlines, timeliness. You have to set deadlines. You have to understand like you're setting up the recurring transfer from this account to that account every 2 weeks. Boom. You have to understand the amount that's needed. You have to understand the amount that you're trying to target and reach within the next 2 to 3 years. If it's 10,000, 15,000, you want to make sure what you're saving is going to calculate that in goal, and you want to make sure that you stay on course with your timeliness and your deadline for that home, as well as, if you want to go back in school, you want to make sure that you enroll into a school of your choice. You want to make sure you meet all the requirements and you enroll by their deadline. You want to make sure that you are taking the right amount of classes per semester so you can graduate on time. You want to make sure you're setting out time to study and do what it takes to pass each class so you make the deadline of graduating in the next 2 to 3 years. So it's very important for timeliness and to make those deadlines. And last but not least, execution, completing, succeeding. It's important to take action. It's important to execute. It's important to make sure that you succeed in achieving your desired outcome within your SMART goal, within your goal and goals in general. Okay. So that's goal setting, guys. It's really not that complicated. It's really not that complex. It's really all up to you. You have to be accountable. You have to hold yourself accountable. I even suggest you consider, reaching out to someone to help you to hold you accountable, having an accountable partner or buddy, whether it's your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife, your husband, your best friend, your mom, your dad, just having someone that stays on top of you to keep you accountable, or even a life coach. You can hire me, I'll keep you accountable. But yeah, to someone that's going to keep you accountable with your goals, to make sure you stay on top of them. That's so, so, so important. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. It's not that big of a, it's not that difficult with setting goals. But let's do a recap just to make sure that you and I are on the same page with setting these goals and getting these goals in place. Okay. So first, make sure you understand what your SMART long-term goal is going to be. And remember, SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, timely, long-term goals. Okay. Long-term goal can consist of a goal that may take a year to 5 years to achieve. I wouldn't suggest you aim for a long-term goal over 5 years. Um, just stay within the 1 year to 5 year range. Okay, guys? Make sure you create that goal. And then once you create that goal, the second step is to write it down. We want to manifest it. We want to see it. We want to visualize it. We want to believe it. It's important to write it down, okay? Hold yourself accountable. The third step is to create short-term goals. Understand what your obstacles are to why you can't achieve that goal right now. So creating short-term goals will help you do that. The fourth step is to develop a plan. It's very important to develop a plan. You have to have a plan um, that you are going to attack and go after when it comes to your goals. Your SMART long-term goals, you have to have a plan set in motion and set in place. The fifth step is deadlines. So with the plan, you have to have a deadline. You have to know and understand how much time you have, and the timeliness has to all fall in place to what your long-term goal and long-term desired outcome is. Okay. And the last step is to execute, take action, go after succeeding and completing and accomplishing your goal. Okay. So that is all. I know you guys have a short attention span, don't want to go any longer, but I wanted to just do that quick overview on goal setting because a lot of people, they're interested in setting goals, but they don't know how to set goals. They're not sure. You may not be sure how to set goals or what to do or how to even start. So I hope this video helps you when it comes to establishing setting goals and I pray that you're able to receive this and you start setting goals today. I challenge you to set one long-term SMART goal today that you can achieve in the next couple of years, that something that you've been wanting to do for a while, that's your passion, and you just feel stuck. Okay, I challenge you to work through it, to create a plan, to get started, write it down, create the short-term goals to achieve it, to develop the plan with the dates that you look forward to achieving it on, and take action. All right, guys, this is Life Coach D. Thanks for tuning into my video. Make sure you share this with someone that needs help with setting goals or just more of understanding of what it means to set goals. Share, share, share. Please share away. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I hope this was helpful. And also check out my new radio podcast called D Poetry and Inspiration. This podcast will consist of inspirational messages, my poetry and spoken word, written by me, also excerpts from my books. So make sure you check out. It's on all streaming platforms, Spotify, iHeart, Apple Podcast, Google, you name it, it's there. Check it out. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Enjoy your day.